Sinner makes an unexpected move. The Wimbledon champion shocked the tennis world with his decision. The current ATP world number 1 and recent Wimbledon champion, Jannik Sinner, is once again at the center of controversy after confirming the return of Umberto Ferrara as his physical trainer. The decision was officially announced this Wednesday and has sparked a wave of reactions, given Ferrara's role in the doping case that involved the Italian tennis player in 2024. Sinner, 23, ended his professional relationship with Ferrara in mid-2024, shortly after the public revelation of positive anti-doping tests conducted during the Indian Wells Masters 1000. Those results showed the presence of clostebol, a banned anabolic substance, in the player's system. This led to the immediate dismissal of both Ferrara and physiotherapist Giacomo Naldi, who were directly responsible for Sinner's physical and medical care. The legal and sporting drama dragged on for several months. Sinner maintained his innocence from the beginning, arguing that the substance entered his body unintentionally via a massage performed by Naldi, who had previously used a spray containing clostebol to treat a hand wound. The case gained public attention after the World Anti-Doping Agency appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, challenging an initial decision that cleared Sinner of responsibility. Sporting authorities acknowledged the accidental origin of the contamination and ruled that the player would face a reduced sanction. As a result, Sinner served a 3-month suspension during the first half of 2025 after reaching an agreement with WADA, accepting his responsibility to supervise the procedures of his support team. The tennis star's press team confirmed Ferrara's return this Wednesday, stating that the decision was made in coordination with Jannik Sinner's management team and as part of the preparation for upcoming tournaments, including the Cincinnati Open and the US Open. The statement emphasized that Umberto has played an important role in Jannik's development to date, and his return reflects a renewed focus on continuity and high-level performance. Ferrara had been part of Sinner's technical team since 2022. Following the doping controversy, he continued his professional career by joining the team of fellow Italian Matteo Berrettini. In statements published by Italian media, Ferrara admitted to having recommended the clostebol spray to Naldi to quickly heal a wound but insisted that he warned Naldi to avoid any contact with the player. "I didn't give the spray to Naldi, I suggested he use it to treat a cut that wouldn't heal and was making his job harder. I was very clear about the nature of the product and that it should never come into contact with Jannik," he said. Ferrara stated that he had been using the product for years under medical prescription to treat a chronic condition. At the peak of the investigation and following the professional separation, Sinner expressed in an interview during last year's US Open that he was going through a critical time in his career and needed a complete change in his immediate environment. "Now, because of these mistakes, I don't feel secure continuing with them. I've had a lot of difficulties in the past few months. I was waiting for the result. What I need now is clean air," he said at the time. "The first thing we tried to find out was what the substance was. Umberto Ferrara is the one who knows this process very, very well. He has great knowledge of nutrition and pharmacy. We asked him. He immediately knew it was the spray. Once we knew that, and how it may have entered my body, we responded right away and explained everything about what happened, and that's why I was able to keep playing," he added at the time. Over the past few months, the world number 1 worked with other professionals on the circuit. He first collaborated with Marco Panici, who had previously worked on Novak Djokovic's team, and with physiotherapist Ulysses Badio. However, both partnerships ended just before the last Wimbledon tournament, where Sinner claimed the title by defeating Spanish star Carlos Alcaraz in the final. The doping episode involving Sinner sparked multiple debates within the professional circuit, even among fellow players. Some criticized the delay in the publication of the positive results, while others pointed to a supposed leniency in the imposed sanction. Ferrara's return to Sinner's team comes at a crucial point in the season. The preparation for the Cincinnati Masters 1000 and the US Open marks the primary objective for the Italian, who aims to solidify his world number 1 status and strengthen his physical condition ahead of the second half of the calendar. Same goal, new companions. Although the faces around Sinner are gradually changing, the goal remains the same: to maintain the ATP world number 1 ranking and continue widening the gap with his pursuers. He will defend his title in Cincinnati and aim to retain his US Open crown in New York. Cahill's absence may be surprising, but sources close to the player assure that the planning will remain unchanged and that everything was anticipated. The Vagnozzi-Ferrara duo will be responsible for guiding Sinner through a decisive stretch of the year, during which he could further consolidate his position as world number 1. Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, an unstoppable reign in Grand Slams threatens tennis history. The tennis world is witnessing an unprecedented rivalry between two young giants, Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, who have taken the sport to breathtaking new heights, leaving fans in awe. Former ATP star Dominic Thiem has commented on their epic rivalry, calling their performances innovative and revolutionary. In a recent interview, Thiem expressed his amazement at the exceptional level of play shown by Sinner and Alcaraz, particularly in their intense final showdowns at the French Open and Wimbledon. The thrilling matches have captured the imagination of fans worldwide, with Alcaraz defeating Sinner in a 5-hour marathon at Roland Garros, followed by Sinner's revenge win at Wimbledon to claim his first title there. Thiem acknowledged the pair's remarkable talent and the evolution of the game, highlighting their speed, precision, and flawless execution on the court. He marveled at their dominance in Grand Slam events, with Alcaraz securing 5 titles compared to Sinner's 4, firmly establishing them as the top contenders in the ATP rankings. While recognizing the lasting presence of the Big Three, particularly the ongoing excellence of Novak Djokovic, Thiem pointed out the generational shift led by Sinner and Alcaraz. He praised their exceptional skills but also emphasized that they are not invincible, citing the potential for upsets by other elite players like Grigor Dimitrov, Alexander Zverev, Taylor Fritz, and Jack Draper. Reflecting on his own career and regretting not having faced the young phenoms in his prime, Thiem expressed optimism about the future of tennis but also warned that the path to Grand Slam glory is full of challenges and uncertainties. With a legacy of 17 singles titles and memorable battles against the Big Three, Thiem's insights offer a unique perspective on the sport's evolution and the emergence of a new era. As fans speculate about the next chapter in the Sinner-Alcaraz rivalry and their quest for dominance, the tennis world remains captivated by the electrifying performances and fierce competition unfolding on the grandest stages. The saga of these two rising stars promises to redefine the landscape of men's tennis and inspire a new generation of players to reach unprecedented heights. In a sport steeped in tradition and history, the rise of Sinner and Alcaraz marks a new dawn, a seismic shift signaling an exciting era of uncertainty, emotion, and limitless potential. As the tennis world prepares for the next wave of talent and competition, the echoes of the Sinner-Alcaraz rivalry reverberate far and wide, leaving an indelible mark on the rich history of the sport. Sinner's mentor reveals his best-kept secret to becoming world number 1 and surpassing Alcaraz: he knows exactly what he wants in life. Simone Vagnozzi, former Italian player and one of Jannik Sinner's main coaches alongside Darren Cahill, has revealed some of the secrets behind the world number 1's rise to the top. According to the Italian coach, one of Sinner's greatest strengths is his constant desire to improve, to never settle. If there is one tennis player who is rarely in the news for off-court issues, it's Jannik Sinner. The world number 1 has built his tennis legacy quietly, staying off social media and consistently delivering his best version on the court. In comments for the official ATP website ahead of the American Tour, after conquering Wimbledon in the final against Carlos Alcaraz, Simone Vagnozzi shared some insights into Sinner's mentality. He's a very calm and mature person for his age. He knows exactly what he wants to achieve in life. He's also a 23-year-old guy, a great teammate off the court, Vagnozzi began, highlighting some of Sinner's qualities. Though Alcaraz is his biggest rival for the throne of world tennis, Vagnozzi also had words for the Spaniard and how he is able to trouble a nearly perfect player like Sinner, as shown throughout the 2025 season. Carlos is such a special player that he creates problems other players cannot. That's why it's essential to prepare as best as possible to solve the puzzles he presents. The more you train for those situations, the more comfortable you'll be during the match, said Vagnozzi, who clearly sees the Mercian as Sinner's greatest threat, especially after Sinner only managed to beat him in the Wimbledon final. The Italian coach acknowledges that Alcaraz's talent and explosiveness mean any tactical plan must constantly adapt. He has a variety of shots and execution speed that keep you on high alert at all times. It's like playing a chess game at a frantic pace, Vagnozzi adds. He also points out that the emotional factor is key. Carlos plays with passion, he transmits energy, and that can destabilize the opponent. It's not enough to play well, you must be mentally prepared for his intensity. The rivalry between the two promises to define a golden era in tennis, and Vagnozzi knows it. We are in an era where every match between Jannik and Carlos is a final in advance.